ESPN Mel Kiper warned the NFL about Shedeur Sanders, and it looked like it's paying off. Also, Boog tweeted over there on Twitter about Shedeur Sanders. Jimmy Horn Jr. update from last night. We getting ready to talk about it right here on Sports Talk with B. Watts. Let's get this party started. Let's go. We what I sow. We what I sow. I can't wait. We what I sow. Yeah. We what I sow. I can't wait. We what I sow. Can't wait to read what I sow. Can't wait to read. I can't wait to read what I sow. Mel Kiper on Shedeur Sanders. He was on a podcast with Greening and another guy. They were asking Mel Kiper about Shedeur Sanders' performance so far. And I got that video I'm going to show you. And also we're going to talk about Boog, what he had to say over there on Twitter, also about Shedeur Sanders. Mel Kiper went on a soapbox last year during the NFL draft. He kept telling them Shedeur Sanders is the best quarterback in this draft. He didn't understand what was going on during the draft. The first day of the draft went by. Nobody selected Shedeur Sanders. Nobody. And boy, came back that second day, Mel Kiper went off. Man, what's going on? I got Shedeur Sanders as the best quarterback in the draft. He's better than Jackson Dart. He's better than Cam Ward. He's the best quarterback. And if y'all push me, he's the best player in the draft other than Travis Hunter. He told y'all, them, Shedeur Sanders should have been the first player picked it or the first player as a quarterback picked it in this past draft. And look at him now. Look at me now. Look at me now. Look at me now. Hey, look at me now. You already know. I'm telling you, Mel Kiper set the record straight once again. He's back. Mel Kiper and Greening talking about Shedeur Sanders and the way he's been performing so far. Let's listen to Mel Kiper, what he had to say about Shedeur Sanders. And when I get back, we're going to talk about Boog and Jim Horn Jr.
Moment we've all been waiting for. Shedeur Sanders finally got to start an NFL game. The entire world wants to know what Mel Kiper thought. It is no secret, Mel. You were a believer in Shedeur. You never stopped feeling that way. Now he is 1-0, the first Cleveland Browns quarterback to start 1-0 in this millennium. What was your reaction, first and foremost, Mel, to Shedeur's start?
Happy for him, for the Cleveland Browns, and obviously the defense. Myles Garrett's ready to set the NFL record. They couldn't block him. There's three things. You talk about, in baseball, what did they say at Bull Durham? You remember, Granny. What do you throw the ball, hit the ball, you catch the ball and all that. And in football, it's really very simple, right? It's BTC, blocking, tackling, and concentration. That's what I say, blocking, tackling, and concentration. And to me, when you think about this game, they couldn't block him. You can't beat him if you can't block him. But in terms of Shedeur, the operations for a young quarterback. When you see quarterbacks running up, clapping, and then the time's ticking down, and you got to delay a game, or you got to take a timeout, or you end up the game with one timeout left or no timeouts left because the operations weren't good. And he looks a little confused out there. He looks like a deer in headlights. I never saw that. I didn't see it against Baltimore when he was getting hit of the whole second half. So I think the poise, the confidence, by playing in a lot of games in college, both at Jackson State and at Colorado, has helped him. And certainly, I think when you think about the plays that he made down the field, we talk about accuracy with him. That was the thing about him. He's so accurate. He can be a surgeon. If you just give him a fortress in front of him, give him some time, he can be a surgeon. And some of the throws he made, and he only had the one sack where he almost got it back to the line of scrimmage. It wasn't an 8, 9, 10-yard loss. It was, 2 yards. And he almost got it back to the line of scrimmage. He got the ball out. He showed touch. When he had to let it rip, he did. He had the one bad throw when the linebacker sunk in the hook zone, and he picked it off. Okay, that happens. Baker had a bad pick against the Bills and turned that game a couple weeks ago. It all happens. They're going to learn from mistakes. In order to get better, you got to make mistakes. And you learn from those mistakes. And he'll keep making them. And he's going to have uneven performances. He'll have some good, bad, and ugly. That's just the nature of being a rookie quarterback in this league who never played with the ones, right? But I think for Shedeur, I feel good because everything I see with him, he looked like an NFL starting quarterback. And that's the most important thing you can say about a rookie in this league.
First of all, I'm proud of you, Mel. I'm proud. That was fairly level-headed. Thought that might be a little more dramatic from you.
No. I'm never one to. I don't do victory laps.
Okay.
I don't do victory lap for one game because I go back. I go, hey, who had the best debut ever in the history of rookie quarterbacks? Will Levis did.
Oh, I think
remember the 4 touchdown passes.
Wasn't it Marcus Mariota as well? Yeah.
So again, and then you have this, things happen, organization and whatever. We'll get into that, but I never go into anything overconfident. Where it's a game, when my high school Calvert Hall when we were winning championship, I didn't go into any of those games like, oh, we're going to win this game, or I go in nervous about every game and about every player I like. I will never. Josh Allen, same way. Never gonna ever do. Never will you ever see me do a victory lap. I always consider myself, and Green knows this, I consider myself a defense attorney for a lot of young players who are unfairly criticized. So I always tell Green out in draft day, it's like that's what you feel like, a defense attorney, because you get all this craziness thrust upon these players, and a lot of it's just complete BS.
Yeah, Kiper and Kipers representing Levis and Levis of the last episode. People, of course, recall that.
That's ESPN's Mel Kiper out there talking about it again. Shedeur Sanders. Shedeur Sanders was the best quarterback in this past draft. And Mel Kiper knows it. We know it. Mel Kiper went on a rant live on TV just to remind them Shedeur Sanders was that guy. And now, at the way he's performing, Cleveland Browns got their franchise quarterback. Ain't no reason why you should move away from Shedeur as the quarterback. And you can see what RG3 tweeted over there. Shedeur Sanders should be the full-time starting quarterback rest of the season. The rest of the season. No need to going back to Dylan Gabriel because we already know what Dylan Gabriel ceiling is. We don't see it. We know what his game is about. So let's see what Shedeur can do along with this offense for the rest of the season, and you can decide what you need to do in the upcoming draft. Need to get you another left tackle. Need to get you another right tackle. You need to get you a wide receiver. You need to get you 2 wide receivers and 3 offensive linemen to build around Shedeur and let Shedeur go through the whole offseason, getting that work in with the first team and getting that first team reps going forward. That's what he need to do. Hey, let's look at and see what Boog had to say over there on Twitter. They tweeted at Boog. They say, yep, Shedeur won it by himself. LOL. The defense won the game. Shedeur didn't lose it. So many soft people in the world. Boog responded, the defense was outstanding, definitely. Did more than enough, but I watched Myles Garrett get 5 sacks in the game by himself, and the team still lost because the offense couldn't capitalize on his effort. 100. I talked about that when Rex Rhymes over there on ESPN went on a rant about the defense and Myles Garrett. Just like Boog say, we have watched Myles Garrett all year long put out the same effort, and the team still lost. That's why I got upset why the head coach didn't give Shedeur Sanders the game ball in the locker room after the game. He gave it to Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett should have been done got balls way before then. But Shedeur went out there and started as a rookie and won his first game. You know how long that been since they did that? 1995. 1995 since they did that. They don't have 17 rookies to start as a quarterback, and they all lost. But Shedeur came in and led the team with 3 days of practice with the first team, and they won. Make that make sense. Kevin Stefanski need to be fired out of there. Don't want him nowhere near Shedeur starting next year. I wouldn't mind they give him the boot right now. Along with Tommy Reese, the offensive play caller. Both of them need to go because they connected together. That's just my belief. Y'all can have y'all belief or whatever you want. I want both of them to go on. Start next year. Go out there with Shedeur Sanders. Let Shedeur get a fresh start with a new coach and a new offensive play caller. And let him ride. And they build through the draft with Shedeur as their franchise quarterback. That's how I want to go. Sports Talk with B. Watt. Hey, Jimmy Horn Jr., started and played last night. He got 1 catch for 11 yards. Prior to Jimmy Horn Jr., a former wide receiver of Coach Prime and the Colorado football team, out there still chasing his dream. I think they lost last night to the San Francisco 49ers. But, hey, that's all right, Jimmy. We got you this weekend because the Cleveland Browns take on the San Francisco 49ers this Sunday in Cleveland, Ohio. And Shedeur Sanders will take them down. I expect Shedeur Sanders